Aston Villa 3, Burnley 2. Where do we start with that? Just an absolute mad one. But yeah, got to kick it off. Aston Villa are second in the Premier League, level on points with Liverpool currently, who sit top of the Premier League. So it's just absolutely massive. We've not had the best of form going into this with the Sheffield United and Manchester United game. The big thing was to get the 3 points, bounce back, take our opportunity, and yeah, just go level on points with Liverpool, who are sitting top of the league. The game, I thought, I've got to talk about the positive to start with. I thought our front three were electric at times. Diaby, Bailey, Watkins were absolutely superb, created numerous amounts of chances. We'll get onto them in a second, but yeah, I was pleased with that aspect of it, the attacking side of things. I thought at times we were quite loose again, but all in all, we took our goals well. We went to the end, we got the penalty, and I'm just really happy for that, really. But I thought Diaby had a really big game for Villa. I thought he was frightening. I thought his pace and his power was brilliant. He was getting stuck in numerous amounts of times as well, so that was good to see. Bailey's just absolutely incredible at the minute. You know, the ball stuck to his feet. He's zigzagging everywhere. He's got so much flair at the minute, and he was absolutely brilliant. The first goal was great play from Watkins, who got it to Leon Bailey. Second goal, you know, a really nicely worked goal. And what was frustrating is when we scored and then they went down the other end and scored again. You know, it's just frustrating that we'd often puff for so long and then they went down and scored. But you know, we managed to get the second goal. Had a player sent off, and you know, I thought Foster was good all game for them. I thought, you know, he looked a live wire, running the channels well. And it was 2-2, and it looked like we weren't going to get anything out of the game. It looked like it was going to be one of them games that just petered out. But, you know, we kept going. We got the penalty. That, you know, hit the bar twice to go in. That was, you know, one of them as well. And it didn't look like it was going to be Villa's day. But it went in. We won the game. We're second in the league. Up the Villa. Second in the league. What are you saying?
Second in the league, wow, I'm flipping out. Before this game, I didn't know what would happen, but yeah, before the game, I didn't know if it would be like fourth in the league, second in the league, but you know what, we were playing before everyone else pretty much, and it was down to a result today, and I was a bit nervous, not going to lie, but got the result, man. Yeah, man.
So it was a bit nervy at times, wasn't it, and a bit edgy towards the end, but you know, like Villa, we keep finding a way to win, don't we, which is a really good trait. So, you know, if you had to summarise Villa in 2023, what would you say?
Winning. I've never seen us win this much win ratio all day, man. Like, I've never seen us win so many games. What would you say?
I would say that under Unai Emery have this new like found breed that I've never seen. I'm only 21 myself, so apart from Martin O'Neill days, everything else has been pretty disastrous for me with Villa. But under Unai Emery, I feel like we have this never die attitude where like we can go and get last minute. Where like Ferguson did with United for years. Under Unai Emery, I feel like we can do that. Never ending like. Until that final whistle goes, Villa always have a chance in every game. And I feel like today was like one of them games where like I feel like we missed Kamara the last few games, and I feel like when he comes back, we will get on that winning run again. But at the moment, the fact that Unai Emery keeps pushing us to that final whistle, I believe like that we will do really well under Unai Emery, and especially when Kamara comes back, we'll hold down games a lot better. Whereas like me and him went to Old Trafford ourselves, and it's horrible. Like, but I feel like someone like Kamara would have held that defence down.
Even today, you know, today, like when they sort of got their equaliser, it was a bit loose, aren't we? We were a little slightly vulnerable
as well. Very nervous. Fans get nervous, players get nervous, coaches get nervous, everyone gets nervous. But that's the experience that we got to kind of desire to have. I think that's probably the gap we've got versus some of the better teams around. Maybe is the kind of desire how to get over the line.
Some of these teams are used to being in this position. You know, they're used to like having pressure on games, where we've had pressure on games before, but we've got a pressure of an expectancy now. Like, we've got to keep winning to kind of gain that momentum and stay in that top four race. So I think that the lads are doing well, and they're going to have to just learn to live with this type of pressure, really.
But I think as Aston Villa ourselves, like, we are a massive club, and we have been a sleeping giant for many years, and I feel like nowadays, like, with the right manager that we have at the moment, I feel like we can take that step forward, and these players, not only this season but next season, pushing onwards, we will get better and better. And today was like one of them games. It was cagey affair, like realistically, they had a lot of chances. It was 2-2, and we got a lucky little penalty. But sometimes luck goes our way, and we need to take that look and make sure that we do succeed and like we keep pushing forward. And these players will only get better with that as more pressure, because more pressure will mount on them. But at the same time, he's like handling that pressure a lot now. I feel like in the bigger games we are struggling a bit more, but today, like against the Burnley, we showed that we can get 3 points, and I think that's a big thing today.
Definitely buzzing up the Villa.
Yeah, man, buzzing.
Up the Villa, mate.
Yeah, mate, well done, Luke.
Yeah.
Tony, how are you?
I'm fine, mate.
What did you make of it today?
Well, it's a good game, but the problem is Villa's not at the best. And when I look at the game from the beginning, at the back, Diego's a bit sus, and Lenglo, his name is, he was a bit sus. He couldn't contain Foster, and I could see there was a goal coming, but then we scored, and I thought, well, that's it, we scored a goal, and then they scored after that, and I'm thinking, well, why they let them go so early? Then again, we scored. But then, after they got the man sent off, I realised that there was, we weren't playing too well with 10 men. We should have put the game to bed. The RB missed 2 good chances.
Needs to get his head over it, doesn't he?
He just leaned back.
Yeah.
I just thought, why did he have to do that? Get the ball on the plate. Bailey, what a player.
It's class, isn't he?
Bailey, that's where I come from, Jamaica. Bailey,
Class.
yeah, man. So Bailey is my best player right now.
Hey, I think he's everybody's best player at the minute. I mean, even in the whole tent, Bailey of 3, 4, 5 months ago. Now everybody's going, give it Bailey, give it Bailey. Everybody wants Bailey to have the ball, and that's a sign of how he's changed in this team.
He's got a spring in his step, man. And when he's playing the ball, he just do things where you think, wow, where did that come from? And he's just consistent now. Before he wasn't, and I think he's going to become a good player. I mean,
what do you think it is with us looking a little bit vulnerable at the minute? Do you think it's just how many games we've played, or?
Yeah, I think so, because we look at the back where Torres wasn't there to take control of the game, to move the passes, and we look a bit suspect because everybody find us out how we play. And what I've seen lately is that Man United did it to us, and Sheffield United was the first one. So everybody's trying to do the same thing. Now, when you look at how we play now, we have to find some other way to get around that. So I don't know how he's going to do it, but I'm hoping that we get some new players the beginning of January.
Well, second in the league, up the Villa.
You can't complain. Up the Villa.